Today on Nova Legends podcast, I have Howard forward Gabriella Garcia-Terrell, Gabbie, who just finished her first year at Howard, had an amazing season, 5 goals, 3 assists. Howard, the Bison won the NEC and went to the NCAA tournament. Uh, Gabbie is a Westfield High School graduate, was a 2024 Concord Player of the Year, the Region 6D Player of the Year, first team All-State, first team All-Met in DC. Um, Gabbie, it's great to meet you. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
No, of course. So, well, the first thing I read your profile and I saw that you're a fan of Marta, who,
I am, yes.
yeah, Brazilian legend, who is probably near the end of her career. Gabbie, are you Brazilian yourself?
I'm not Brazilian, no. I'm half Bolivian.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But Brazil is the team of South America, right?
Part of it, yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So when did you start following Marta?
I would say when I was around 7, I started
Yeah,
following her.
yeah. And why do you like her so much?
I like how technical she is and how she just moves her body when she's near the goal. And I feel like I play similar to her. So that's why I followed her a lot.
Yeah. Didn't she have a red card this year in the Olympics?
I think so.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, something happened. I can't
Something
remember.
like, yeah. It was something
Exactly.
like that. And she
Yeah,
couldn't play.
yeah. So, have you gotten into the U.S. team as well? Or are you mostly a Brazilian soccer fan?
I have gone to the US actually. I'd say Tobin Heath when she was playing was my favorite player.
Right. Yeah. And how about the men's? What male player have you modeled after, or who's been inspirational to you?
Probably a Mbappe from France when he was at France. Now at Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about him?
Um, he's fast and he
Yeah.
just does a little move and then accelerates and he's just like unbelievably fast. Like no one can get him.
So you're a fast player too?
I'd say I think I am, yeah. I'd say I'm fast.
Yeah. So, well, cool. So, well, anyway, so how did you first start playing? How did you start playing soccer? Were your parents soccer fans?
Well, my mom grew up playing soccer, so of course she put me in when I was 4 years old. And from there, I did club, I did rec for a couple of years, and then I think I was maybe like 7 or 8, I started travel. And from there, I just kept playing.
And your mom is Bolivian,
She is Bolivian, yes.
right? And what's interesting because like a lot of Latino, the boys all play soccer, but the girls not necessarily soccer. I remember when my son played for Alexandria soccer, and his team was, of the 20 players, probably 15 or 16 were Latino players. But on the girls' team, on the same in the same age group, there were, all white girls. It wasn't as many
Yeah,
Latinos. So it's weird because I always feel like with like Latinas, more of the boys play soccer than the girls play.
exactly. Yes. I mean, like playing my whole career, I've really never seen another Latino player. Maybe like 5 or 6 times when I played against other teams my whole like
Yeah,
10 years
exactly.
I've been playing. Yeah, I don't come across a lot with other Latino players.
Yeah. So when did you know that you were special, or that you could be special, and that you were different than the other players?
Well, um, I'd say like growing up playing soccer, I didn't have a lot of confidence, playing. I like to like I don't know. I got down on myself a lot, couple of times, but I had coaches along the way who would literally push me and tell me like, you're an amazing player, like you got it, and like help me along the way, build confidence in myself. But yeah,
Yeah.
it took a while for me
Yeah.
to like believe in myself a little bit.
Who was your first important coach that really made you believe in yourself?
I'd say Coach Matt, he was my former coach,
What's his last name?
Matt Lee.
Okay.
I'd say he was like probably the only coach that really like motivated me to have confidence in myself and believe I'm a great player.
Yeah. And were you always a striker?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
I was a forward.
You always scoring goals. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's something that it came a little bit naturally to you.
Yes, I'd say yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
So
So
yeah.
Yeah. So did you always live in the Westfield area? Is that where you?
Yes, I grew up in Westfield area, Chantilly, yeah.
Okay, so you played when you played club, did you play is it VDA or did you play what was your club when you were growing up?
Okay, so I played for a lot of different clubs growing up. My first club was FPYC when
Oh,
I'd say maybe like 4 to 7 I played, and then I switched over to Springfield for a couple of years. And then from there I went to Herndon, and then I went to DMBFC. That's where I met Coach Matt and Coach Natter. And then from there I went to McLean, which
yeah.
is now, well, it was VA Union when I was playing, and then I think they're like Fairfax something now.
Now they're like, I don't know, they're pinking
I don't
green or something
know.
crazy. Do you think it's good for players to try new clubs and move around? Or there are some players that play at the same club their whole career, but a lot of clubs, like a lot of players, like my son, for instance, he played at 4 or 5 different clubs and got a good unique experience at at each club.
Um, I think it is a good idea to move around clubs, especially when you want to get a feeling of different players in your area, you know. Um, I think for me it was difficult moving around a lot and adjusting to different club, different style, different speed of play. But after a while you kind of settle in and find your club, find the style that you like and you just play.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, and on the girls' side, I guess there's like the GA, and there are different levels and different choices players have to make. Are those really important choices? I mean, is it do or die, or if you're a good player, it doesn't matter, you'll figure it out anyway?
Um, I'd say depending on where you want to carry on your soccer career, honestly. I wanted to play soccer in college, so I kind of wanted to play at an ECNL level to get, recruited and looked at from different, like those big schools that you always see. I think ECNL probably my top choice to go to get seen and recruited to play at a top school or at least a D1 school.
Right. So let's talk about high school soccer. Did you play high school all 4 years at Westfield?
I did not. I only played my freshman year and my senior year.
Okay. Well, that makes sense to me because your sophomore and junior year, you can work on your technique. You can get physically stronger. You can find out where you want to play in college. And by the time you're a senior, most players have already signed.
Yeah.
So that probably is a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, I'd say my coach really did not was a fan of high school soccer. So he was like, don't play high school soccer, don't play high school soccer. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just focus on committing to a college my sophomore, junior year. And if I sign by the beginning of senior year, then I'll play high school my senior year as like my
Yeah.
last year in high school.
So your last year of high school, you played for Coach Daryl Jones. Is that
I
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is Coach Jones like? What did you learn from him?
I think he's an amazing coach, honestly. I enjoyed playing for him. I enjoyed playing for, the team he had at high school. I loved the girls. Like it was just I didn't think I'd enjoy high school soccer as much as I did. He was very understanding coach and he was always like happy that I was here to play for the team and bring so much joy. And I just like enjoyed him being my coach for those 4 months I was playing high school soccer.
So is there anything about high school soccer actually playing your varsity year after not playing sophomore and junior year? Did it make you a better player, or are there aspects of the high school game that actually improve your game?
I'd say my confidence definitely improved. My confidence. Because a lot of high school teams, it's for fun. It's not like competitive. You play against girls that usually I would not play against at a club level. So, getting that feel of like different style, different speed, different skill level, it just like helping the girls out sometimes, when they'd come up for me for advice on how to do this better, this better. I just enjoyed sharing all of that
Yeah.
through high school.
Well, did it ever get frustrating to you? Because in the Concord district, you have teams like Madison and Oakton that have, they have 11 top level players on their team. I mean, their high school team is basically a club team in some ways, just different age groups, but they're all quality. Is it ever frustrating when you play against teams like that have so many high level club players on one team?
Um, yes and no. I'd say it was frustrating because my team was not like that and we were playing against a team that was really good. But it was also an amazing experience because you're playing with girls that like are not confident when going up against them and you're there to be like, no, it's okay. Like just remember this is for fun.
Yeah.
And I know I played a lot of my teammates from club played on Madison. So, playing against them was something to look up to.
Yeah. Did you ever intimidate your teammates because you're a very high level player, Division I player, and some of them are probably really good players, other probably not. Was that intimidating to them?
I think I don't know. I've never like viewed it like that, but I feel like at tryouts, um, I think a lot of girls were scared to come up to me and say hi and they were like, oh my gosh, like I don't know.
You
But
felt like Marta.
no, 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 nowhere near that. But I just went up to them and was like, hey, hi, I'm Gabbie. Nice to meet you. So, I kind of made the first move, say hi, introduce myself to them. So they
Yeah.
didn't feel scared, I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when you guys finally lost in the playoffs last year, how did it feel when your high school career is over? You only played, one varsity year. Did you end up feeling like, I wish I would have done more of that, or did it was great, you enjoyed it, and it was time for the next step?
Well, my freshman year, I was on varsity, but I did not get minutes. My
Right.
coach, it was a different coach than Coach Darrell, and he was really set on winning, the district and everything. So, as a freshman, he looked down on me a lot, and he just did not decide to play me that year. But, watching varsity and being a freshman, I was honestly just scared to step on the field. I felt really tiny and like not gonna do well in there. But I was like, just wait senior year, like it'll be my time. And then senior year comes and I just I don't know. I just played and I guess we came out as a strong team.
Well, you had an amazing year. So after having that year, is there any part of you that was like, wow, I wish I could have one more of these, or that was it was enough, and it was time to go on to the next step.
I mean, I wanted it to end, but I didn't. It gets really tiring after a while. It gets exhausting playing full 90s, and just trying to play your hardest every game because you never know. But it,
Yeah.
it it did get tiring after a while, and I was
Yeah.
just I was just really excited for Howard. So I was like, you know what? Let's just move on.
My son played at Yorktown, and when his career was over, I was so sad because the games were all so amazing because all the teams in his district were very well matched. Kids all knew each other. When it was over, it was a very empty feeling. And he didn't play in college. Westfield's got an amazing stadium, soccer stadium. I just love it the way it is. Was it cool playing there?
Yes, it was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
what's like
elevated a
what
little bit.
what's that?
I said it was like elevated a little bit and like the colors and the stadium
Yeah.
lights. I liked it. It was a cool
I,
period.
I thought it was a nice stadium. What's it like going to school at Westfield? Westfield's a little unique in that it's kind of like in an office park. It's different than many schools. It's not like in a community with townhouses and houses. You kind of feel like you're in an off, at least if you don't know the area and you just drive up. So what is it like to go to school at Westfield?
Um, I liked it. I liked the classes there. The environment there was very supporting. A lot of fundraisers, activities to do outside of school there. Um, I mean, I liked going to Westfield. It was great 4 years there. Never had any issues with anything really.
Okay.
It's
All
like,
right.
yeah, it's a good high school. It's a good high school.
Yeah. Well, so look, you go to Howard, and that's a very interesting choice. Howard is an historic HBCU, historic black college university. I mean, the whole school is just filled with history. Um, Charles Drew went there, but there's so many more. Did you know a lot about the history of Howard before you you decided to go there? Is that one of the reasons why you wanted to go?
I knew a little bit. I would say I knew a lot about the history of Howard before I went here, but I knew quite a little bit to know that like I'd want to go there, you know. I could see myself there, you know, fit in eventually after a while. But yeah, I liked enough of the school to decide to go there.
Yeah. Well, as a soccer player, it's probably a little bit different of an experience than it is as a regular student because you guys get there and you're in the middle of your soccer season. Like you first, it's all soccer. You haven't even really experienced it. I guess in the spring semester, when things are a little bit laid back, you'll get more of a sense of what a regular student feels like. But it must be a really unique experience being at Howard. Most of your, club teammates, go to like University of Virginia or George Mason or another school, but you're getting a very different experience. And do you get a sense of that you're getting a very different experience?
I do. I do actually. Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of like my old teammates, you know, post about like going to bigger schools and like all these Power Five schools, and I'm at Howard. But you know, I look past that and I'm just like, you know, I like where I am. I
Yeah,
like being in like this historical atmosphere where I am with all these people that, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. Like once you walk outside, it's like there's always something new to do.
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, most of your life, you must have felt like a minority. At least, when you played soccer, it's mostly white girls playing soccer at Westfield. It's diverse, but still. But at Howard, all of a sudden, it's unique. It's mostly that must be a different. Is that a different experience? All of a sudden, being a part of the majority.
Yes. I'd say yes. You know, coming from Westfield, you know, I couldn't really like relate to anybody really and talk to them about, you know, what people of color would usually talk about. And then I came to Howard and it's like I can relate and everyone understands what I'm talking about. But I mean, I love the girls on Howard. They're just really nice, inclusive. Like, I don't know, something about the team. It's just brings energy all the time.
Yeah. Does being Latina make you different than folks at Howard and also on the soccer team?
Um, Not really. No, I mean, we have a couple Latinas on the team.
Mhm.
Um, I talk to them mostly, and you know, I feel like everybody is just, no matter what, like they'll talk to you, they'll include you and stuff. So
Yeah.
I never felt like left out when because of I'm like half Latina or
Yeah. One
something.
thing that's amazing is Howard. Um, it's become one of the most competitive schools in the country to get into. It's like this amazing academic institution now. So and on top of being a great, having all this great history behind it, and the fact you can play soccer, it's also a great institution. So it's just so amazing that I get a chance to experience that. One thing that you'll feel at Howard is the fraternity and sororities there are prominent. Playing soccer, you don't have a lot of free time. Is that something that you would consider also as being in a sorority?
Um, Me personally, I don't see myself being a sorority.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a lot of time dedicated. And
yeah,
I just don't think with the major I'm doing and soccer on top of that, I will have time to dedicate to do that. But you know, I have a couple of friends who are in sororities and they tell me they love it. So, you know, I'll go out and support them, but I just don't think I'll have time to join one.
yeah.
So
Well, I believe you're a biology major.
I am,
Yeah.
yes.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your biology major?
Well, after Howard, I'm planning to go into medical school to be an anesthesiologist and
Wow.
pursue that career. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, we'll keep in touch because my best friend went to UVA and he's an anesthesiologist. Talked to him
Oh,
today. Yeah, he's had a great practice. I'll connect you guys so maybe he can help you get internships and give you some advice.
oh yes.
Uh,
I would do
yeah,
that.
yeah, he's done incredibly well. His name is Rennie Griffith, one of my best friends. He's an amazing guy. So, well, look, let's talk about soccer a little bit.
Okay.
Now, you started all 20 games and you just had a great year. I believe you were offensive rookie of the year in the conference.
I was rookie of the year. Yes.
Yeah, that's congratulations. That's great.
Thank
You know,
you.
so many people in Northern Virginia, they've gone to college, especially on the boys' side, but even on the girls' side, women's side, they didn't play a lot their first year. And I know it's got to be frustrating because you don't get to where you are in playing college unless you've had success your whole life. And then you go to college and you're on the bench, which has got to be devastating, even though we try to be patient and we know it's a process. But you came in, Howard, right away. You started every game, you played a lot, scored goals, got assists. Um, you know, when you look around, you have a lot of your people that you grew up with, a lot of your colleagues and your counterparts. Do you see them waiting for their turn on the bench at other schools?
Um, I do. I mean, I don't know about my like other teammates from like previous clubs, but I have the freshman class I came in with. They do play sometimes, but a lot of them don't. And, I see that. And, I come back after a game and I hear them like, oh no, I didn't play, or like they feel down about themselves. And, giving them encouragement, saying like, just keep going. It's okay. Like, just because you're not playing doesn't mean you're a terrible player.
Yeah.
You'll have your time. And, like it happens. I mean, I practice just you have to work hard. You have to play like you're trying to win a spot in the starting lineup. So, that's what I kept in the back of my mind every single practice was like play like you're trying to win your spot.
Yeah. So you played hard. You didn't take it for granted. You're trying to win your spot, but you're playing against a lot of older women because there's a COVID year, there's a transfer portal. Teams are focusing on older players that are experienced. Why were you able to play right away? What made you different? Why did you get so much playing time, and why were you able to score goals right away? What was the difference?
I don't know. I kind of just took everybody as the same level as me. I really didn't pay attention to like who was older, who was younger. I just went out there and played. I think the coach really liked me when I first came in. The fitness test was a really first test for everybody to know if you're gonna take it serious or not this season. And I did not pass the first time. I came close, but I didn't pass the first time. And that motivated me to actually pass the second time to show the coaches like I did work out, I did do my packet this summer, and like I just want to play. So, that just motivated me to push myself harder and harder to prove to the coaches that I can play at the level against these older girls and I'm not scared.
Yeah. When you look back on your development and the coaches you had, the teams you played, are there things you could have focused on that would have made you more ready? So, like if you had to give advice to younger players, what are some of the things they can think about as young players so that they're ready for the challenge when they get to college?
I said the little things. Focus on the little things and repeat. Keep repeating, those simple passes, the first touch, looking up when you dribble, identifying the field, learning everybody's position on the field, even though you might be playing, I don't know, like a center mid, learn the striker's role, learn the defense role. Learning everybody else's role on the field makes your job easier. And I don't know. I mean, as a striker, I practiced a lot of shooting, quick corners, like placement. So I worked a lot on placement and identifying the goal, you know, and just keep practicing on that.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned your coach. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, the coach of Howard. Um,
Brent, Coach
yeah,
Brent,
yes. What's his style? What is your style of play, and which is coach? What is his coaching style?
he likes to play a 3-5-2,
Hmm.
and he likes a lot of possession. Um, I say a lot of free play, connective play. He loves to include everybody in the attack, and everyone has a defensive role when they're on the field.
Yeah.
So I think playing for him at first was adjusting. Like I had to adjust a lot coming from club to Howard. But after a while, like, I kind of got what he wanted, what a sense of his coaching style was.
Yeah. I think I heard you mention one of the Howard assistant coaches as being a coach you grew up with. Did you mention Coach?
Natter, Coach Natter. Yeah.
Yeah. So it must be comfortable to have him on the coaching staff.
Yes. And certain games, yes. I mean, he did not the most of the games, but when he was there, he was coaching. And of course he knows me very well because I grew up playing for him for multiple clubs and him giving me advice, yelling at me on the sidelines.
No,
It felt like playing for club again at times because he'd yell at me at club. So, yelling at me at Howard just like brought it back.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're back home again,
Yeah,
back.
when he shows up, yeah.
So, well, you won the NEC tournament this year. I believe you beat, is it Fairleigh Dickinson you beat in the final?
Fairly Dickinson, yes.
So, what was that like winning the conference title in your freshman year? That must have been an amazing feeling.
It was, especially listening to the seniors talk about how they really wanted this to be their special year, especially their last year. Because again, Howard has never won an NEC title
Uh,
or championship. So being the first, like this is the first year that we actually won the NEC championship. It was a big deal here at Howard, and I feel like a lot of people started to recognize that Howard women's soccer is like coming up.
no, for sure.
Yeah,
Everyone likes a winner, you know. So,
yeah. It was just an
uh,
amazing feeling overall. Like,
yeah,
I was nervous at the beginning of the season. I was like, we really need to get this ring. We need to win. And then we did it,
yeah,
little by little, we did it.
yeah. Well, so you played Duke in the NCAA's and Duke beat you guys. What did you? I mean, Duke's an amazing team. What did you learn when you play against a team of that level? What does a team like Duke have that you guys need to build to play with them?
I'd say Duke is just everyone on Duke is good, no matter what. I mean, their first touch, the crisp of the pass, the way they play, they play with passion, strength, everything. And, going into Duke, I was like, you know what, let's just embrace this moment. Like, it was just an amazing experience to step on the field and play against the number one team in the nation. It was an amazing experience. It was frustrating because again, nobody likes to lose by that much. 8-0 was a big loss, but it was this experience that I really liked and enjoyed, playing against girls like that and seeing how much better they were and everything. It was like, I don't know, it's just an amazing feeling.
Was it similar at all to when you played in high school against Madison, or was it even a bigger gulf when you played against Duke?
Um, I'd say like level wise, yes, but I mean the feeling was there. It was the same feeling.
Same feeling,
Just
yeah,
embrace it, just embrace
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So, but look, you won the NEC championship for the first time. Amazing season. So, what are your expectations going forward? Do you think your team should improve and you can do this again and next time be more competitive in the conference tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we can do it again. We will do it again. But yeah, I think it's just gonna take a lot of more hard work again. Harder than last year, because everyone's gonna expect us to win again. So of course everyone's gonna come out ready for us. We just have to prepare more, work harder for each other, and play play like we care, again, play with everything.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to spring semester when you're just a student and the practices aren't quite as intense, the game schedules is much lighter? Are you looking forward to being just a regular student for a while?
Yes, I am. I want to just settle down and focus on my studies, not have my brain melt like 100 miles per hour every day preparing for soccer. I think balancing soccer and school was a little difficult for me in the beginning because having practice every day and balancing homework, that was challenging, but now I think it's good to just focus on my studies for a little bit before I get back into that rhythm
Yeah.
of practice every day again.
Have you set any specific goals for yourself for your remainder of your college career?
I've said a lot, actually. A lot. I think my biggest goal right now is just to enjoy college, enjoy struggle, enjoy making friends, enjoy succeeding, enjoy soccer because I don't know if I'll play after Howard. This might be my last 4 years playing soccer, so enjoy that and just embrace being in college.
Yeah. Of course. Well, look, I know that you plan to go to med school eventually, but if you continue to develop and things go as well as they're going, would you consider playing pro for a while and even overseas? Is that something that you would consider?
I would like to play pro, yes. I'm working on trying to play pro. I'm working on it, but not everyone gets to go pro. So if it happens, it happens. But I would definitely, I would put my education on hold if I do get pro contract, play for a little bit, and then possibly go back to school and finish school to have
Yeah,
like a profession after pro.
yeah,
Have something to do.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, well, look, Gabby, I've never got a chance to see you play. I've heard legend of you. Your coach always reminded me I need to come see you guys play, and I wish I would have saw you at Westfield, but I will make sure I get to a game at Howard next year and support you. You're an amazing player. You're making us all proud. But look, I want you to thank you for doing this. It was so nice to meet you and hear your views. And after talking to you, it's no surprise that you're so successful. So,
Thank you. Thank you
yeah.
for having me. Thank you for this interview. It
Oh,
was great talking about soccer and everything.
yeah. Well, let's keep in touch, and I'll definitely see you at a game next season for sure.
Of course, yeah, come by.
I will.
So much.
Nice meeting you, Gabi.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. Take care.